On this episode of Lapeef, Let's Talk.
Sometimes, and not just you, in general, people do this thing where they're like, I want to hold other people accountable. But it's like, are you in the position to hold somebody accountable for things? Like, I don't understand.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and that's definitely fine. So again, I told you a little bit about, but nothing necessarily specific. So you don't necessarily know what we might and might not have in common. So I'm pretty sure, Kay, I know that you're in your 30s as well. And, correct me if I'm wrong, but have you not been through something that you had to get over? Has your life been all peaches and cream?
No.
Okay. So as someone in their 30s, that's, I'm not sure the experiences that you've had, but let's just say you've gone through something. And then you see someone younger than you exhibiting the exact same behavior that you did. However, the outcome of it. Do you not think that you have a responsibility to say, hey, this ain't what you want to do. Trust me. This is the reason why.
Who do you see exhibiting the exact behavior you do?
Well, hold on. If you can answer my question first.
Welcome to Lapeef, Let's Talk. Let's get these likes up. We're moving on to our third topic, which is label her pick me and shame her for speaking the truth. Label her pick me and shame her for speaking the truth. So, Courtney, you were just talking. Mm-hmm. Are you referring to yourself when you say these things, as far as that you're the independent thinker, that you've separated yourself from the pack, and because of that, you're targeted?
Well, I was speaking about myself. Absolutely.
Okay.
Do I get attacked by the sister code and in the group? I do. And do I get called a pick me? I do. And I think it's just amazing because it's women. Just because I'm a woman doesn't mean I'm agreeing with all women. No, if we're doing something wrong, or if a man is logical and I agree with him, then I'm going to agree. I'm not going to agree to be wrong just to be in the sister girl group and have them not attack me or call me names. Like, that's silly. Nor would
Courtney.
I ever do that. Yes,
Courtney.
JR.
I want you to give a little bit more support as to, you don't have to go too deep, but just give a little bit more support as to why you changed. Because again, I'm just having conversations. So when I brought up about the panel, I just really want to have a conversation about it. It's a tough conversation, but I feel like we just saying statements, but we're not giving a lot of support as to why we saying these things. And so they just look like they're attacks. Let's dive deeper than that. So I want you to give a little bit more support as to, like, were you always like this? Was it a time in your life where it changed?
Mm-hmm. So, I mean, I've spoken about this a few times on the show, where I did change. I was combative, wasn't really good as far as keeping relationships, where it was me that was leaving. It was me, like I said, before, quote unquote, homewrecker. And, I just got tired of doing the same exact thing, but expecting different results. Of course, that's the definition of insanity. And I was being insane out here thinking that if I still, rock like the modern woman and feel like I am not only equal to a man, but better than, me putting my career and money first, and me wanting to travel instead of me focusing on family. Me doing that completely and over again, but still thinking that I'm going to get married and be with a good man and have this, house with the white picket fence. That was completely wrong of me. And then I had to figure out on myself, like, why am I keep putting myself in these situations? Why am I not, happy? And then I figured that was me. And I never held myself accountable. I never looked at myself. I always looked at men like men were wrong. It ain't no good men. Y'all all dogs. All you want is to take advantage of me. And I continued that from like high school and in my 20s. And then when I hit my 30s, I was like, okay, something got to change. And it can't be every single person that man that I'm with, it's doing that to me. It's me. And then I know I said before where it was like, having a conversation with my mother, and my mother was like, you need to deal with some stuff. There's a reason why you think all men are no good. It's because your dad left you when you were 2. So yeah, it was because I had trauma, meaning, things happened to me as a kid that I wasn't over. So because of that, I thought men would just leave me. I thought, men were supposed to hurt me. So then I got help. And then I went to therapy. I learned not only to forgive the men that hurt me, but I had to forgive myself. And that
when
is
did you
hard.
get the help?
I say right
How old
maybe
are you?
about 4 or 5 years ago. I'm in my 30s. And about 4 or 5 years ago is when I was in therapy. I was in therapy for almost about 2 years. And through that was work, exercising things out, writing letters to people that I wasn't even intended on giving, but being able to have a safe space to write my complete feelings. Like I said, I made phone calls to people. Was like, I'm sorry for being a B because you didn't deserve that. And it was because of me. And I was dealing with pain from my past that I couldn't get over. So as of
go ahead. I'm sorry, go ahead.
Well, okay. So as of today, I'm still a work in progress. But the thing that I really, really stress and preach is doing the work and putting in the work. And I can't tell you how much I feel so much free. I don't feel like the pain. I don't hate myself. And it's powerful. Forgiveness is powerful. And so, yeah. So then when I take the stance, and it's because I'm so passionate about it, and I think people, oh, you just want to align with men. And it's not even about that. It's about, I know that I was a woman and I was out of control. And I see the same things that I was doing. I see it exhibited all the time, on Facebook and stuff I used to say and be combative and cussing and all that. Like I see it exhibited and I'm just like, hey, God used me as a vessel to help and say, hey, don't do this. You wasting time. You deserve this, that. You deserve to be happy. And if you're not, then just look at yourself. Can't nobody make you happy but you.
Before you guys respond, I just want you to understand that like this may not be you. Like this may not be like how your life is, but just think about a lot of women that may be in that situation now or have been in that situation, like before you respond. So she may not be speaking to you, but just having an open mind to be able to understand how many women need help, how many women have trauma. You know, like, I mean, I don't think that we should put people under labels just because they agree with men. You know, I think, and I said it before, like a couple shows back, that people have stories behind who they are. You know, sometimes people don't even realize what they're doing out here. Sometimes they don't realize the trauma. And then it becomes like men against women, or women against men. So before you guys respond, just kind of keep that in mind. But I do want to hear your thoughts. Now that you heard Courtney say that, tell her, put a little story behind it. I want to hear you guys' thoughts. Go ahead, Kay.
I'm glad that you are on this journey and you're doing better and, learning from things that have happened. And that, I know how that might sound, but I really am glad. I think that that's something that people need to do. Sometimes I just wonder though, like you talk a lot about accountability for women, and sometimes it seems like a projection of mistakes you've made. So you want to tell other women, do this, do that. Like with me, for example, like I have not made the mistakes you've made. I've not lived the life you've lived. I've avoided some of those things that you've spoken of in terms of your life. And I'm not judging you for anything you've done or gone through or whatever, because that's life. Life happens. And I'm glad that you're, persevering and moving forward. But like, to sit up and be like, I just want to see women change their behavior. Like you still have work to do. Like you still have things to do with your own life. And I feel like sometimes, and not just you, in general, people do this thing where they're like, I want to hold other people accountable. But it's like, are you in the position to hold somebody accountable for things? Like, I don't understand.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and that's definitely fine. So again, I told you a little bit about, but nothing necessarily specific. So you don't necessarily know what we might and might not have in common. So I'm pretty sure, Kay, I know that you're in your 30s as well. And, correct me if I'm wrong, but have you not been through something that you had to get over? Has your life been all peaches and cream?
No.
Okay. So as someone in their 30s, that's, I'm not sure the experiences that you've had, but let's just say you've gone through something, and then you see someone younger than you exhibiting the exact same behavior that you did. However, the outcome of it. Do you not think that you have a responsibility to say, hey, this ain't what you want to do. Trust me. This is the reason why.
Who do you see exhibiting the exact behavior you do?
Well, hold on. If you can answer my question first. Do you think you have an obligation as a woman in their 30s, seeing someone in their 20s doing something that is not going to be a good outcome? Do you think that you have that responsibility to say, hey, young sis, this ain't what you want to do?
Of course, especially if I have a relationship with them, for sure.
Well, let's say you don't. Let's just say you see someone on the Facebook group twerking, and you know that they have a good job and the kids, and you wouldn't say, hey, maybe this isn't appropriate for you to do on the internet.
I get it. I'm not sure where you're going with it.
It's a question. It's not I'm going anywhere. I'm just asking a question.
Would I tell someone that I saw twerking on Facebook, hey sis, don't twerk?
Well, in the Facebook group. So it's not really a joking matter. So let's just say in a Facebook group, and you're active in it. So I know people in there. So let's just say you saw Kim do something, twerking. Not saying you do, Kim, but let's just say you saw her. Would you not say, hey, I know you have a family. This is not maybe a good look.
Yeah, of course. If I saw a friend of mine doing something, I would absolutely talk to them about it, for sure. Yeah.
Okay. That's fine. So with me, I'm not, nor have I ever say, hey, you effing it up, girl. Like I've never did that. What I've tried to do is come out of love, patient, not boisterous, not envious. I try to come out of love and say, I don't know how many times I have to say it, that I've gone through things and I know a lot better. That's wisdom. To be a wise woman means that you're listening to your elders and them able to let you know before you do it. Only someone that's dumb would just want to go through the motions and do something, knowing that it's going to, be something bad and not look good upon them. It's wisdom to be able to take heed of words and of actions and to listen to someone that's been through it. That's wise. And I think it's very, very important that if you have something or better, then you need to speak up. It's a hard thing to do because then you get ridiculed and criticized, and that's fine. But if we don't speak up, like we were saying before, stroking the egos. Yeah, it's super cool to stroke someone and yeah, you're doing good. But if they're not, it's powerful. That strength to let somebody know you're not, you need to stop. And I'm sorry, I don't see anything wrong with it.
Okay,
I think if more women stood up and became women and strong and tell these young girls, don't do this, quit twerking, put on some clothes, quit showing your stuff. If we had women saying that, my God, we would be powerful. My God, we can get the essence of a strong Black woman back than just all Cardi B's and Megan Thee Stallions. Where's the Claire Huxtables? Where's the Diane Carrolls? Where are we don't have that. It's because people aren't speaking up and telling, no, that's bad behavior, is wrong. Let's be classy and not trashy.
Okay, before you respond, I want to get Kim on this. And Kim, I want your honest opinion. Same question that I asked Kay. Now that you heard a little bit more background behind Courtney's story as to why she feels the way she feels and she's acts the way she acts when it comes to her stance. How do you feel about it? Like, do you understand? Like, does it make any sense? Do you have a change of heart as far as how you feel about it?
Yeah, it makes sense. I agree with a lot of what she was saying as far as if you see, someone doing something wrong and you call it out and, what she was speaking to. I agree with it. This term PICKME, though, I honestly never even heard the term until I was in the group. And I gathered it a little bit. My opinion of what it meant was a little bit more than what she talked about. I guess my opinion of it was more of like someone that puts women down, is always agreeing with men. And honestly, from watching the show, since we're talking about Courtney, it seems like she would always agree with Anton, always. It didn't matter what he said. And it would seem like she would always disagree with Kay. And it wouldn't matter what Kay said. She could have said the sky is blue, and Courtney would have been, no, I don't think so. That's just my perspective from what I've seen watching the show. That it's more than, and I get, Courtney, what you were saying, and I feel that, and I agree with that. But I think this opinion of when people are calling other women pick-me's, I think it's more than just that.
Well, let me ask you a question, Kim, because I get that a lot. You always agreeing with Anton. And then I push back and I say, well, what is it that you disagree with me with? And not a one person can say, well, I mean, I do agree with a lot of what you say, but I just think you agree with him so much. So what? If it's right, it's right. So you can say that you always agreeing with him. Please tell me one thing that you disagree with me about. Name me one.
That I disagree with you about?
Yes.
Well, a couple of shows ago, there was something that I disagreed with you about. We
Which
can go
one?
into that if you'd like.
What was it?
When you brought me up on the show.
Okay. Well, we can talk about you, but I'm saying
that's something that I disagree with.
So what,
you lied about me on the show 2 shows ago. So that's
what did I say? What was the lie, Kim?
Okay, I'll tell you exactly because I have the quote.
Mm-hmm.
You said, I'm about coupling Black folks with Black folks. I'm a champion of Black love. And this little white lady telling me what I should say to Black women and Black men. Let me pause there for a second because I never said anything to you about Black women or Black men or how to talk to Black women or Black men.
Go
I said none of that at all.
Hey, you see her neck starting to twist now. She's showing up. Yeah, be the real you. We see it coming out. We know it's gonna come out eventually. Come on, let's talk about it. I want to hear that.
That's okay. That's all right, Anton. So you went on to say we got to stay in our lane, folks. Come on, little white lady. I understand you have to observe, but I'm about coupling Black folks with Black folks. White lady, if you want a Black man, that's fine. There's swirler things you can get into. I get it. The conversation that we had.
Well, hold on. Kim, did I mention? Hold on,
Courtney.
Lied on that show.
Hold on, Courtney. Let her finish real quick, and then I'm coming to you.
You straight out lied. So, your question was, do I agree? Tell you something that I disagree with? That's one thing that I disagree with because you absolutely lied. It had nothing to do with Black men. The whole post that it was on had nothing to do with Black men and Black women. And no, I am not someone that is just going to observe. I was invited to the group. I was invited on the show. And so no, just because I'm white, you think I'm just going to observe? No, that's if I asked to be here or I asked to be in the group, maybe. If the group was called Lapeef, Black People Let's Talk, sure. Then yeah, I would just observe, but it's not called that. And again, all of what you said had nothing to do, and then there was no reason to bring me up anyway.
Okay, Kim, did I mention your name?
Does it matter?
It does.
No, it does not.
Did I mention your name?
Because you know what? If I said the girl that is the pick-me on the Lapeef show, everyone would know who I was talking about.
Hold on, Kim. Hold on.
So no, it doesn't matter.
Talk now.
All right. Did I mention your name, Kim?
No, you did not.
Okay. So
why does it matter?
Because it does. Because you are saying right now, you're specifically talking about me and all that. I'm like,
ask me when are you dishonest? Or no, you asked me, when do I disagree? And I was telling you when I disagree.
Right. That's fine. But again, the question was, did I say your name? And you said
the question was, when did you disagree?
Okay,
when
we already
disagree. And
you gotta listen to me, okay?
No, I don't have
one at a time, y'all. One at a time.
Well, this is not going to be a good conversation if you don't want to listen.
But don't tell me what I have to do.
Let's just listen to what I said. Okay, so What I asked you was, did I say your name? You
specifically
said no. Right. So therefore, you doing all this is just sad.
It's sad because you lied.
I didn't lie. So Kim, let me tell. Let's talk about the group. Lied. I didn't lie, Kim. You are in the group. You talk a lot about Black women. Matter of fact, there was a post, and
so first of all, we're not talking about anything else except what you said on the show that was a lie.
Kim, I can.
With that. Stick with the topic, right?
So this is
you lied. So tell me how
I didn't lie. I didn't
tell
lie.
me how you didn't lie.
Okay, you're gonna have to let me speak. So that means you gotta chill out for a second and let me speak, okay?
All right, because I've never said anything to you other than that one time. But go ahead.
You got it. Are you done?
Go ahead.
Okay, thank you. So in the group, and what you've said to me about me specifically, because there's been a lot of posts about me, and I read the comments, and you go into the comments a lot, and you go back and forth. You are part of the Powerpuff Girls, so I get it. I mean, you are. So have you made references about Black couples and relationships? You have.
All your fault.
Have you said specifically where there was a post that you did? We're not going to have the conversation if you keep interrupting me. That's just respect. So you can disagree with me.
Well, yeah, let's just have a conversation.
You got to be respectful here, Kim. Okay.
Let's just have a conversation.
There's been in the group. You said specifically, it's easy not to like her. But of course people are saying because of how she looks, but what if she looked like, who'd you say that was a Black? He was naming Black Whoopi Goldberg, saying she looked like Whoopi, as if Whoopi is ugly. Then you said Grace Jones, if she looked like Grace Jones, as if she was ugly. So I thought it was very interesting that the women that you pinned that were unattractive, you pinned Black women. And then there was a Black man on there that said, hey, well, why don't you say something about Brett Midler? Oh, well, yeah. So it was very particular where you do talk about Black women in the group. You do talk about me as a Black woman that pro-Black love. You do. And you do that consistently. Do I say you should observe as far as when Black folks are wanting to marry Black people and then you want to chime in? I did say that. I'm not backing down. And I totally agree. So, I think when Black relationships, when we're talking about Black
Kim,
relationships,
coming to you next.
I'm not going to listen, nor do I think white folks need to be into Black relationships, and I don't. So if you disagree with that, I respect that opinion, but that's mine, and I'm not changing it.
All right, go ahead, Kim.
Okay, so again, what you said was that I was telling you how to talk to Black women and Black men. We had one interaction on the Facebook group that had nothing to do with me telling you about Black women or Black men.
It's not a lie. We had one interaction.
Let me ask you
however,
this.
Hold on, Courtney.
The interaction that we had,
Courtney,
the conversation that we had on Facebook, did it have anything, just me and you, not any of this other extra stuff you're talking about? The conversation that you and I had, did that have anything to do with me telling you how to talk to Black men and Black women?
Now, what I remember, because again, this was a while ago.
Yes or no?
I'm going to answer it. You got to be respectful.
Do you not?
I don't entertain disrespect.
No. Hold on.
I don't entertain disrespect.
Time out. Okay, telling me I got to be respectful.
Yes.
Okay. How many times on this show, when you've asked a person a question, have you followed up with, it's just a yes or no, yes or no? How many times have you said that? Because I watched the show.
That's definitely true.
So
thanks, buddy.
Don't tell me that I'm being disrespectful when I've seen you do exactly the same thing. I asked you a question, yes or no. Did you,
Kim? You're not me.
The conversation that
you can't.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if you or not. Don't call me disrespectful for something that you've done the exact same thing for. That's very hypocritical. So don't be a hypocrite.
You're being disrespectful right now. So we're either going to have the conversation or not.
Just answer the question. I had, yes or no, was the conversation me telling you about how to talk to Black men and women? Yes or no?
Yes.
How? I was telling you about a word that you said incorrectly. That's what the post was about. That's it. I didn't tell you nothing about black men, black women were mentioned at all.
Okay. Well, you asked me to say yes, and I said yes. So, do you
how? I said how.
Okay. So let me finish, but I need you not to disrupt me, or I'm just gonna.
Okay, well, please keep it to the conversation we had.
Well, I don't have to. You comment on me a lot, so it doesn't even have to say it's just between me and you. I see your comments about me. You do it a lot. You and your buddies. Okay, y'all round up your little girl code, and you heard me. You guys round up and you go in attack mode. And you do. You've mentioned me. You talked about me numerous of times. And especially on the one where you had the audacity to name people that you thought wasn't attractive and they were black women. Do I take offense to that as a white woman calling another black woman unattractive? I sure do. And if you don't like what I'm saying, honestly, at this point, I don't care. I take offense to that.
I don't care.
And you did.
And that's not even...
Okay, so did you not specify some unattractive women, and you said that they were black women?
No, you're completely missing the point. The point of what I said, the point of what I was saying was it wouldn't matter. People know the post. I remember the post. The post was the reason why women don't like Courtney is because she's beautiful. My point was it wouldn't matter who was up there.
And you started naming unattractive women, and they were all black. You didn't say anybody white.
So what? I was trying to.
No, I take offense to that. I take offense when a white woman want to interject herself into black relationships, into black life.
What does this have to do with black relationships? The post was about you,
about me again.
Because you're pretty. And I said it wouldn't matter who was up there. I'm sorry, Con, but that has nothing to do with black, white, nothing. Okay.
But what it does have to do is that you are admitting that you still talk about me in the group. And that's what you do. You always do.
Was about
you. Always talk about me.
I wasn't talking about you. The post was about you, and I said it wouldn't matter who was there. I wasn't talking about you.
We can talk. Hold on. Go ahead, Kim. That particular post, it was, and you said that. And did I take offense? I did, and I posted, and somebody else did. Was like, let's not talk about black women as a white woman and say who is ugly or not in our black community. I thought that was disrespectful.
It wasn't about ugly people in the community. It was the point was just that it wouldn't matter who was sitting there. If they were spitting the same stupid crap that you spit on this show, if they were agreeing with every damn thing that Anton says all the time, no matter what. In fact, when JR came to you first once before Anton, you didn't know what to say. But then when Anton said what he had to say, oh, you were right there saying the same thing.
That's my work husband. I represent my work husband.
The sky is blue, and you'll say, no, it's orange. Like, come on.
Hey, Court, I love you, baby. I love you, baby. No matter
and it would not matter.
I'm always going to support my work husband.
That was the point of what I said. It would not matter how you looked. It's what you say, and that's the reason why women don't like you. That's it. That's all I was saying. It wasn't really.
But okay, so let me ask a question because this is crazy.
Well, I'm glad that now you're being honest, and I love it. Thank you, Kim, for showing.
I got a question. Aside from the thing that you guys went back and forth as it relates to the whole race thing, what else? Because that's like a personal thing, right? But as far as just pure opinion, what do you disagree with that she says, or do you just dislike the fact that she agrees with me?
I would have to look back at some previous.
Oh, wait. Hold on. Stop, Kay. I got a follow-up question because the thing that I've just observed is that she had all of these specific details,
quotes,
which means that she just went through and said, yo, you say all of this stuff. And as a matter of fact, I watched you one time wait until JR asked the question, and she knows all the details. But then when you ask her a specific question as to what she disagrees with, then she has to go back and figure it out. That does not make sense.
I don't remember the specifics.
Kay, come on, Kay.
Right,
you know, Kay.
Madness.
Let's
Kim,
be real.
You quote me.
On, Kay.
You see every show that I'm on. Like, you quoted me, Kim. You wrote
it down, but I haven't seen everything.
Courtney and Kim. Hey, Courtney and Kim, hold on real quick.
Courtney, why do you think everyone Courtney, why do you think people are so concerned with you? Are you okay?
I don't, Kay. But you were, and we've already talked about that the first time that you was on here.
Girl,
and now we're looking at Kim.
Oh, really?
And now with Kim,
literally,
let's just be honest. Let's be honest, Kay. Okay.
Honest. Okay. That was a month ago, and I haven't talked to you.
Let's hold on. Well, and I'm not gonna talk to you. So with Kim,
then in the last
with Kim,
you said,
okay, hold on.
One at a time, ladies. One at a time.
Kim is specifically.
Let's just have a conversation. Let's just have a conversation.
Okay.
You just talked for.
Let's just have a conversation.
Again. Kim specifically is quoting me.
I see you laughing, really.
All I'm saying is that you have this thing where you think that people are thinking about you so much.
I don't, Kay.
You're still talking about something that happened Easter. That was like a month ago.
Yes, but if let's say the whole story. Let's say the whole story.
Courtney, have I said anything to you?
Okay, I'm not talking about you right now. What we're talking about is Kim. And Kim specifically has quoted me. She's looked at the shows. She said, I remember this show and on this show, but you said on this show. She's even said on a post, yeah, I was talking to you about the post because it said you're cute. Yeah, I was talking about the post. These are specific things. Like, stop it. Stop. You have a lady next to you right now that is quoting me as if I'm writing a book. You have a lady here that has said, yeah, I'm talking about you on the post. Yeah, I confronted you 101. Like, are you kidding me?
You're being disingenuous.
I am not. Yeah, you are.
You are, because in the last show, you were talking about my pet roaches as if okay. And you brought them up like 5 times, like they were guests on the show. And then And then in the last show, you said, I've heard you're still stalking me. Girl, right after you unblocked me, I blocked you. I haven't even seen you. I don't know what you're doing. So you just be making stuff up.
But y'all know
I don't, because I've made nothing up.
Hold on, Court.
To appear as some kind of victim to something.
I'm not a victim.
And it's just so fake. Like, come on. Like, let's just be real.
Wait, hold on. But we just gonna walk away from the whole idea that the only time that Kim has smoke on this entire show so far is with Courtney agreeing with me.
Not one thing that she could say
and she couldn't even name one thing but she disagreed with as far as a point that she
makes. Here's the thing, Anton. This is the sister code going to work. What we are witnessing now is the sister code. Because Kim cannot say anything that she disagrees with.
Courtney, let it go.
No, I'm not, because this is a teachable moment. Kim can't
Who
say
are
anything.
you teaching?
So
Why do you have the right to teach somebody?
So Anton, like
girl, you won't believe. Can I talk to your mommy?
Pull up on me.
This is so funny. It's even funnier than when you did it an hour ago when I saw you.
Pull up on me.
Okay.
Pull up on me.
Can I speak to your mother?
Pull up on me.
Do you wonder why people don't want to hang out?
That was so
Courtney, like,
okay.
What are your
Look, I'm about over.
We gotta go on to the last topic, y'all.
Wait, JR, before you go, I got one question for Kim. Because you know I caught you. So I got a question. Do you dislike me? Do you like me? How do you feel?
This is how I feel. I think that you are different in person than you are on the show.
You met me in person?
No, this is just my opinion. I think I've heard of a few things of how you are in person.
From who?
What?
From who? Oh. From Tawana?
No names. No names. I would say more than one person though. So take that how you want.
Was it women? Yeah.
Anton, do you do this thing? Also, there's a conversation happening.
Because
you're different even on your show.
But here's the thing though.
Is that a strategy?
But no, it's not a strategy. The thing is regardless of what people heard or hear, they never hear anything negative. That's the thing. They never hear anything that would disparage me or would paint me in a negative light or anything like that. So then I wonder, right? What is the pushback? Why, Kim, why don't you love me? You should adore me. No, real talk. Like, this is a one-on-one conversation. Hey, JR, can you move me to the middle so I can be next to Kim really quickly?
Why are you always trying to rearrange the time?
Hold on, because I want to have a conversation with her. Baby girl, you should love me. You should be adoring me. I mean, literally, like, I should be, and I said this before, I should be on your what is that poster board, that wish board that women would have, like, of the ideal guy. Like, I am everything. I am the guy that would see, and here's what I know for sure. No, real talk, JR. If you had a guy like me in your life, you wouldn't be this wound up. You wouldn't be tripping. You wouldn't be adopting these feminist narratives and all of this. You would be relaxed. You would be living your femininity. You would be in your purpose. And so I think you need my book. I'm gonna send you a copy of my book after the show, and we gonna get you right. I want you to be the best version of yourself. And this don't look good on you, baby girl. I mean, you got your hair done, you got everything going for you, but I'm gonna make sure you get right. All right. I got you. We can, honestly, don't worry. Hey, babe, relax.
I'm
relax.
good and right.
JR, don't let her pride get the best of her. Let's keep it moving, fam.
Honestly, if you knew what I've been through in the last year, I'm good.
I know. That's why I know that. I could tell. I could see it in your face. You smiling, but it ain't on the inside out. It's on the outside. No, you can't trick a G.
So what I've been through in the last year has nothing to do with men.
Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. This is the thing. You over talking. That don't look good on you. Just relax. Just chill out.
I'm relaxed.
Let it ride.
Just letting you know I'm good.
But, hey, Kim.
Yes.
JR, go ahead.